would be gigantic.
I'm trying to make all-time history.
Right. That's the one that gets you going. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. I hear him now. You too little. Canelo gonna break you. I love the challenge. Let me prove him wrong once again.
I think I was there.
You might have been there.
Yeah, man. We had some good ass fights. And now, and now Crawford's about to fight.
Yes, he's gonna fight Canelo.
Oh man.
I just hope he's big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that dude off him, because Canelo hits so hard, man.
That's one.
Joe Rogan was amazed by how much Terence Crawford had changed physically and couldn't help but praise him. But he also pointed out some important problems. Crawford is coming up, and I think he did a good job with it, he's adding. Wait very well, but things will be very different in the ring. The real fights are different from the training practices. This was clear during the show fight last year. Terence Crawford is getting ready for the biggest fight of his career. He will have to be the biggest he has ever been because he is going from welterweight to 168 pounds super middleweight.
The crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that.
Canelo Alvarez body shots. Like, maybe there's a video we could look. He's got a beautiful one where he steps in and just rips that left hook to the liver, and your body just goes deep. It just shuts down. It's the weirdest feeling, man. It's like your legs stop working, everything stops working. Your whole body just seizes up.
A well-respected boxing great who is a world champion in various weight classes told Crawford to get as big as he could on fight night, and he has followed that advice. In a recent social media post, the challenger admitted that he weighed 186 pounds, which impressed Joe Rogan.
You know what I mean? Like I said before, this is the biggest fight in boxing. You know, Terence Crawford versus Canelo, Canelo versus Crawford. It's the biggest fight to be made in boxing, and it's made, and we're gonna make history.
We saw you at 180. Are you comfortable at that weight? Are you walking around that big? Are you comfortable at that?
Nah, man, I'm 200 pounds, man. What y'all talking about?
Ilks. Yeah. And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this. Just power. And you see him just, hey, boom. Bro, he hits so hard.
He now weighs more than 190 pounds, which is a lot. That's a big deal for someone who weighed 147 pounds last year. He then remarked about their recent press conferences, where it was clear that there isn't much of a weight difference between Crawford and Canelo. Crawford believes in himself. Rogan likes this about himself, but believing in yourself isn't enough. Both men have had amazing success for different weight classes. Crawford has a perfect record of 4-1 after beating all of his opponents, while continuing to push himself. Despite some criticism, Alvarez is one of the best and the sport's biggest star.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. You know, actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th. For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
and
night.
I know Turkey's in your corner, but
promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
It is a simple fact that when two great champions from different categories meet off, one of them will have to start the fight knowing that they may have a size edge, which can be enough to divide two exceptional operators. That is no exception for this special super fight. Even though the bout had only recently been announced, Joe Rogan was afraid that Terence Crawford would have to move up to weight classes to make it happen.
Let's be cool, boys. Got directions. I don't want either one of you guys to get hurt.
There you go. It's on down, baby. It's on down.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
You
see.
know it.
We'll see. We'll
We
see.
gonna
Having first found success in the lightweight class for this legacy-defining fight, but will move up from junior middleweight 154 pounds to super middleweight 168 pounds. Because of Crawford's technical ability, this will surely be a hot topic in the build-up to the bout. His next opponent is a world-class boxer with past experience at light heavyweight. The UFC announcer addressed the size factor while hyping up the fight on a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, where he was accompanied by comedian Brian Simpson. Rogan, who has already recorded many podcast episodes with Crawford, is worried that Canelo's physical advantages may be too difficult to overcome. "I just hope he is big enough. I hope he's big enough to keep that guy away from him because Canelo is such a powerful fighter," he said.
Look at the elite of the elite boxers. To a man, to every one of them, they're disciplined and they stay focused. I'm so excited to see this fight with Canelo Alvarez because I think the Saudi Arabians have so much money. They're throwing so much money at boxing, and the guy who's the head of boxing over there wants to make that fight happen. I think Terence Crawford, forget about the 3 weight classes. I think he could beat Canelo.
I think he can too.
Terence Crawford is apparently unconcerned about going up to weight classes, as he has been wanting this super fight with Canelo Alvarez for quite some time. With Crawford opting out of a tune-up bout, the agreed-upon time frame will mean but hasn't fought in over a year by the time he goes into the ring for what will very certainly be the toughest fight of his career, but it will give him some time to adjust to the size disparity. Fans of Joe Rogan's show were surprised to see him abandon Crawford so quickly after initially appearing to support him. Many believe Alvarez, who is now at super middleweight, will keep his size advantage against Crawford, who has spent the majority of his career at 147 pounds, with his most recent bout at 154 pounds. However, Joe Rogan did not think that the size advantage would be a significant factor in the bout.
Like, I believe all the he be talking.
Crawford?
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
He don't just be saying that.
They tried to say that like Errol Spence was damaged because of what Crawford did to him because he was damaged from the car accident. I'm like, maybe. Or maybe Crawford would have done that 3 years ago. I think he's that good. He's just so skillful. He's so slick.
Crawford, according to Joe Rogan, is not as little as most people think. The UFC analyst recently asked Antonio Brown on his JRE show, episode 2286, speaking with his friend, he made it plain that the 37-year-old boxer has plenty of time to put on weight. Throughout the debate, Rogan made it plain that he is quite eager about the fight, saying, "You know why I'm happy? Terence Crawford and Canelo. That is the one." However, he then addressed one of the most popular worries among fans, the size gap between the two fighters.
Going up and becoming undisputed against Canelo. Come on, man. I'm flying in the sunset, man. Thank you, boxing God.
That would be it?
That would be it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing get for me. I didn't accomplish everything there is to accomplish in the sport of boxing.
He said, "Many people believe Terence is too little. He weighed in the other day and was 185 pounds. Well, he just won the 154-pound title. Before that, he was fighting at welterweight 147 pounds, but it's not like he doesn't have time to gain some weight. Despite Crawford's undeniable skills, many fans think he will eventually become just another name on Canelo's increasing list of defeated opponents. Much of this mistrust comes from the fact that Crawford, 37, is taking a major risk without the benefit of a rehydration clause. However, Terence Crawford is largely regarded as one of the world's most skilled fighters. He has a career record of 410 wins, including 31 knockouts. Crawford's most recent fight was against Israel Madrimov, and he won by majority decision.
Like, just knows so much about boxing, about where to be and what's coming, and
he's a strategist that's also entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's an artist.
Like, remember like young B-Hop?
Yes.
It was like just so sharp and made it look almost entertaining. You know what I mean?
Roy Jones in his prime. It was art. You were watching art. He's piecing up people. It was an art.
The Riyadh season starts with one of the year's most anticipated fights already heating up. The first press meeting before of Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford's blockbuster fight took place at the Baker Al-Shidi Theater in the LVD city in the Saudi capital. The Mexican superstar will defend his undisputed super middleweight title on September 13th in Las Vegas against the undefeated American who is going up to weight classes for the occasion. The ring title, which is worth a record-breaking $188,000, will also be at play. The battle will be streamed live on Netflix. The tension between them is already obvious. The competitors faced off in a highly orchestrated affair typical of major bouts in the Middle East. Canelo's resume is great. He's been fighting everyone for the past 20 years. I don't think he'll give Crawford the chance to beat him. This will be one of the best fights of the past decade, stated Turki Alalshik, who kicked off the news conference. Both boxers had supper the night before with the Saudi minister, who was the driving force behind this long-awaited match.
And when he gets, and he's also the best guy in the sport at switch hitting. He'll go from southpaw to orthodox and be just as good and trip you up. Like you think he's going to start southpaw, he starts orthodox. You prepare for orthodox, he's fighting southpaw. He feels like he's got you timed better orthodox, he'll switch it up. You know,
super accurate.
Canelo returns with everything to prove following his recent victory over William Skull. A fight in which there were fewer hits thrown than ever before. That was not a fight. It was upsetting to me. I came to fight, but both fighters must want it. This is a huge fight, and for me, making history is the goal. So now I'm fired up. He added, he's a fantastic boxer, but he is not Canelo. I have knowledge. They only focus on my strength, but I have more than just that. I think this is one of the best battles of my career. I want to make history. Despite being a past undisputed welterweight champion who later won the IBF super welterweight title, Crawford is not considered the favorite because to the weight difference.
No, I'm saying at once.
Right.
I'm saying I started at 135. Right. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147 to go up 168.
Right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
I am going to win. It is that easy. Nobody tells me how to fight. I've been doing this my entire life. Crawford, whose backward-moving, elusive technique could offer a test for Alvarez, announced that he was not going to run. That the Mexican is unfazed. Both men feel this is going to be a historic battle. I asked for Canelo because he's a great fighter. He's faced people like Mayweather, GGG, and mega fights, and this is my mega fight. This is my time. That's why I wanted Canelo, Crawford revealed. He's one of the most skilled boxers I'll ever face, Alvarez said. I'm going to prepare for everything. Standing behind his collection of belts, Alvarez gave a warning. He is not going to beat me. I think that this bout will go down in boxing history. I hope he doesn't run. Fans deserve to watch a fantastic fight. I hope he'll bring it. I know what I'm capable of and I am quite sure in it. It is building up to be a night to remember.
However I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running. You know, I can tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching.
Get me wrong. He's a great fighter, but I say, he's not Canelo. Obviously, I'm being in this situation
Piers Morgan conducted a long interview with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford ahead of their fight on September 13th, in which Morgan questioned them about their childhood, mentality, and physical ability. Neither fighter wanted to answer Morgan's deeply personal questions about Canelo fighting through his brother's capture or Crawford being shot years ago. But here's what the two fighters had to say. Crawford, on whether he thinks Canelo has an advantage over him, he replied, Canelo is a great fighter. We've all agreed on that. I can't declare that another man is better than me in anything since he hasn't proven it yet. I can't say whether his jab is better than mine because I haven't fought him. I can't say whether someone's right hand is better than mine because I think I do everything well.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta fight, and I'm gonna win the fight. As simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think
telling
you
you right
you
now.
can see it, but it's
taking
gonna be
I'm
it's
taking
gonna
him.
be difficult. You take it to your
I'm
home.
taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
And
night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I
but
promise you.
but look, it's gonna
Alright.
be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
Don't know why they put me here. I want to be in the side of Crawford. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
That appeals to me because it signals that the fight will be interesting. I like it. I like hearing that because it means it's going to be a great fight, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. He's an extremely skilled fighter. He may be better at many things than I am, but fighters rate me both inside and outside the ring. However, when they enter the ring with me, they find that it is different. I have a lot of skill and abilities that people are unaware of until they are in the ring with me. You have to dominant men over there who are aware of their skills and do not need to put on a show. We'll surely put on a show for the audience, but we're also aware of our own capabilities. When asked if he has a reach advantage against Canelo, Crawford replied, "It could be in some cases, but it could also be a disadvantage. Canelo is quite good at sliding inside punches from mid-range. This could be his edge. So I never consider the idea that having long arms could be advantageous. Yes, it gives you an edge on the outside, but what you do with your long arms is what counts on the inside. How short can you toss your shots? So I'm well versed in all games. Many combatants would like to set a weight limit on this type of war. Why didn't you want to do that? Because I want him to be at his best. I do not want any excuses. I don't want to know why he didn't feel good or anything. I want him to do his best. Crawford on his current weight. I do not know, 155. Crawford is asked whether he is worried that he is only 155 pounds when this fight is at 168 pounds, and if moving up to that weight will hurt his style. He said, "No, not at all, because I think we fighters carry a lot of weight. I'll just fight at my normal weight."
Canelo Crawford, I know what you feel about Canelo, but what do you feel about that particular fight? Which it sounds like it probably took 100 to 150 million, maybe each, in order for Turkey to get that.
It doesn't really listen. It's going to be a fight that people want to watch again, because again, it's something that people generate and talk about. Canelo's very popular. At this point, if he fights my sneaker, it's going to generate 1 million pay-per-views, right?
Canelo responds to people who feel he is a drug cheat due to past failed tests. People who don't want to believe don't believe even if what I say is true or the evidence exists. They want to believe whatever they want, and I truly don't care. Smaller fighters have historically struggled against naturally larger opponents, but Paulie Malignaggi thinks otherwise. Former professional fighter and ProBox TV analyst Paulie Malignaggi, like most fans, is ecstatic about the matchup. He thinks that Canelo Alvarez, the unified super middleweight champion, is a master in his own right.
There's a lot of experts that think Canelo's not the same fighter. His punch output's a lot less. What do you think, considering the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago?
I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the Skull fight. And I think, different fighters bring different, energies out of other fighters.
A lot of people are judging you on the Madrimov fight, saying you struggled moving up in weight. You're going further up in weight, and they're saying that's going to go against you based on the Madrimov fight. How do you kind of reply to that?
While the Mexican has a size edge, Crawford will not be an easy fight. Malignaggi thinks that in a recent interview with Fight Hype, Magic Man identified areas where Bud has a huge advantage over his opponent. He stated, "At first, I thought Crawford might be too small." However, he clarified that, in the end, it will all come down to both players' skills, with Crawford having a slight edge. He stated, "I believe Crawford is a much more complete fighter than Canelo. Crawford's short stature is the only concern in this case."
I was originally thinking Crawford might be too small. I think Crawford is a way more complete fighter than Canelo ever was. And Crawford is just, the only risk here is Crawford's small. You think about it though, Duran was a former lightweight and he was able to beat Iran Barkley eventually, right? So it's not out of the question. And this Canelo is not the prime Canelo. This Canelo is also a Canelo who's trying to steal bags while half-assing it. When Canelo has been put in tough situations, in the moments where he's had to really dig down, what has he done?
Think about it. Roberto Duran was a former lightweight who finally defeated Iran Barkley. It is worth noting that when Roberto Duran faced Iran Barkley in 1989, the fight was extremely close, with Duran winning by split decision despite the fact that Barkley had previously defeated Tommy Hearns. Fingers are crossed and gazes are concentrated as we await the Canelo Alvarez-Terence Crawford fight. And that's all for now. Subscribe to our YouTube page to stay up to date on the latest boxing news, moments, events, and actions. Don't forget to enable alerts so you can be notified when we post high-quality stuff like this. Until next time, peace.